All right, so why is data collection so important? It is so crucial that we collect data accurately, and that we are implementing our procedures with integrity so that the data accurately reflects the program to which it was intended to teach a certain skill, right? It is so incremental because that's how we monitor our children's progress. It's how we make sure that they're learning skills, that they're maintaining skills, and that they're generalizing skills over time. I've seen far too often when we've put programs into place for kiddos that I'll check back in, maybe I'm consulting to a school or with a family or a home-based program, and then I review the data books and this kiddo hasn't made progress in over 2 weeks. Or maybe they started to make progress and then they dropped off, okay? And the therapist is still drilling the skill. And it makes me really sad because it's been a waste of time for that child. And there are some possibilities of conditioning some negative behaviors, right? Because I'm sure that you've been asked to do things that you haven't wanted to over and over and over again, and eventually you either quit if you don't like it or you find another way out of it. And so that's where a lot of our negative behaviors pop up during teaching sessions, is that a child either is frustrated, they are completely bored, or they're just not being rewarded enough by it. So we continually need to monitor and assess our data to ensure that they're making progress. Because if they're not, whose fault is it? It's not the child's, right? It's our fault. We haven't found either the right teaching strategy or teaching program that really increases their learning. So that falls on our responsibility to ensure that. And in part of that, we have to be able to continually monitor, right? So I just want to take a peek at this graph here as a good example. And we're going to get into taking data for direct training trials in a bit. But I want to briefly go over this because here we have a kiddo who started off making progress on one program, which is fantastic. We've got ball and car here, so he seemed to get it. Remember, 3 days in a row above 80% we considered mastered, so he did wonderful. And here we made some initial progress, but then he dropped below 80, and then he went back up to 80, and then he started to drop down, 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 and he came back up a little, and then down, and came back up a little. But here we are, we're almost 15 days into this program, more than 3 weeks of real teaching time, because remember, only like 5 consecutive days of school, right? And this kiddo still hasn't mastered this set. And in fact, it looks like he's decreased his reliability in accurate responding. So for me, this says, okay, whoa, we've got to stop. We've got to analyze the situation, figure out why he's not making progress, and change our strategy really quick before we start to see a decrease in his momentum to engage in other behavior programs or other learning programs as well, all right? So it's so pivotal that you catch this instead of over here, that we were stopping right here, okay? Day 2 or 3 where we weren't making progress and we started to see decreased progress, we should have stopped ourselves then and really altered our teaching strategy. Okay, good. So I'm going to stop there. And now we're going to start introducing more specifically going over discrete trial training, all of the aspects to that, why it's important, how to implement it, how to analyze data, and continue from there.